copy. Okay. Yeah, so the session is on referencing, and Lusaka Medical University uses the Harvard method of referencing. There are several other reference types that are available. And so there's in-text referencing, which you're seeing here, and there's also referencing at the end of your work, which is in the reference list. So you have a list of all the references you have used, and you give them in detail. You can see, like for this one, Luin and Melvin, these are just their surnames. The initials are not there. When you go to the reference list, you're going to add all the information, whether this is coming from a book or a journal. All that information must be included. So when you are adding the reference at the end, the first thing also that I need to mention is that do not copy and paste and then you do a reference. You need to revise it so that it's more in your own words. Don't copy and paste just as it is. So just make some changes to it. I'm sure we all have those skills. From grade 5, we learned how to, we would be given certain text and would be asked to say, rewrite starting with. So we're all, it's things that we can be able to do. Yeah, so if it's going to be at the end, what you do, my time is running out. I'll send another link. So when this session ends, you can join the other link. The link, I'll post it on the WhatsApp group. So if it's going to be at the end, you will just put the surname, the first the surname of the first author and the second author. If it's a case where there's only one author, you will just put one author. If this particular article was written by 5 authors, between 1 and 4 authors, you write all of them. If it's more than 4 authors, you put et al. Okay. You put et al. Let me just give an example. So if there were more than 4 authors, then you'd write that. You'd put et al. If there were more than 4 authors. If there were just the 2 of them, you put the 2 of them. If there were 3, you put all the 3. If there were 4, you put all the 4. If there are 5, then you just put the name of the first author and then you put et al. Another thing that you need to know is that if there are 3 authors, the first time that you mention those authors in your text, you will write all the authors. So you write the names of all the authors at first mention. The second time that you're going to use that particular text, you will then need to just use the first name and then et al. Together. When you have, yes, so when you have more than 2 authors.
Sorry, Doc, what is et al?
Pardon? Et al, it's the same as and others. So it's a Latin expression which means and others.
Okay, Doc.
Yes.
You say, so if we're mentioning them for the first time, even if there are more than 4 authors, we have to mention all, let's say 5 of them, and then the next time, that's when we...
If it's the first 4, if there are 4, you're going to mention all of them, and then the next time you're going to use them, you're going to use the first one and then et al. If there are 5, don't list all the 5. Just list the first one and then add et al. Are we together?
Yes, thank you.
All right. So you can be able to use the names at the end or at the beginning. So let me give an example. I could say according to In this case, I don't use that ampersand. I need to write it in full because it's not in brackets. Have you seen that? So in this case, they are not in brackets, the names. It's only the year which is in brackets when it's in the beginning. When the names of the people are part of the sentence, even when you're reading, you mention them. In that case, you need to use this type of and not that one, which is an ampersand. You see this, the ampersand? It's because the references are in the brackets. You see that? When it's in the sentence, according to Lwin and Melvin, they won't be in brackets, and I'm using the and in full. There are some cases whereby there are more than 2 authors, more than 2 books that are saying the same thing. So I just want to demonstrate that. So if there are 2 authors or 2 books, 2 articles, different articles, those names, when you see the 2 of them, it means both of them have written that particular piece of work. If there are 2 groups of people that have written 2 different articles and all the articles are talking about the same thing and you've added what they're saying in the same sentence, then within those brackets, so then within those brackets, the other authors can be included. So you put semicolon, we can put Banda, and okay. So in that case, you will put those, is it semicolons or colons? You put that and then some space, and then you put their names. Any questions there? So then we can go to so anything about in-text, any question on in-text referencing? Any questions on in-text referencing? So exactly what I was telling you about, if there are many authors who are talking about this, motor and cognitive developmental delay has been reported in children infected with HIV. So from all these different articles, I was able to find they had this information. These articles in the research that was done by these different authors, they were all saying the same thing, that motor and cognitive development is delayed in this particular population. So, and you see that for each, after each author, there are those semicolons. There are those semicolons. You see them there. Maybe make them a bit bigger. You see them there, 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 there. So this particular referencing style, you'll see that some places you may find 5 authors. It's because it's APA. This is the American Psychology Association kind of referencing. With Harvard, you can only go as much as 4 in terms of listing the names of the authors. So we have 2 minutes remaining. I propose that then I make the other link, because then after this, after the in-text referencing, we'll be looking at how the reference list must look like, which is the other part of the referencing part. Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay.
All right, thanks. So I'll be sending the link shortly. I will end this meeting.